You know what to do. Just hop on my back, and I'm going to get us that W. It's go time, baby. Come on.
Oh, that is sweet. An example there of the confidence that man has. Well, the weekend has officially begun, and we welcome you to this 2K Sports presentation of NBA basketball. Along with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Now a chance to check out tonight's starting lineups. And as we take a look here at Derrick Rose, guys, what's your take?
Well, an exciting player, Kevin. Incredible agility, and when you think you have him stymied, he's great at maintaining his body control in midair and still getting a good shot off.
And another thing that stands out about him, Steve, he has the ability to score even with defenders draped all over him. He's so strong around the goal.
The Bulls happy to return to Chicago after the road trip. They traveled to Memphis last time they faced the Grizzlies and came away with the win.
That was a game in hostile territory, too, guys. And it seemed like they had confidence right from the beginning, unbothered by being on the road.
And, you know, their shots were falling. From the top to the bottom of that lineup, their guys were heated up. You know, guys, you look at the roster of this Memphis team, and they have a lot to offer. Size and strength inside, playmakers on the perimeter, and improving an outstanding point guard in Mike Conley Jr., but you have to wonder, have they hit their ceiling?
Yeah, the defender draped all over him.
Pretty plain and simple. Got him good there.
Clark had talked about the Grizzlies don't have a megastar that other teams do to lean on in crunch time. And Steve, you know, they traded the closest thing to that in Rudy Gay last season.
Well, closest thing is right, Kevin. Rudy Gay was not a superstar. He was very, very good, but if he was a true superstar, they would not have moved him. So I think they just felt like they couldn't afford Gay's contract. They wanted to move on and play through their big men, Gasol and Randolph. And I think in the end, probably a wise decision because the team performed very well without Gay anyway.
Now here's Rose. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Pistons in Detroit. Here's Boozer. Shot clock at 4.
And the defense looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Yeah, I like that. A foul to save the layup. Make him earn it at the line.
Bulls shooting their first free throws here for the night.
Well, impressive free throw shooting as a team this season, right around that 78% mark.
For the majority of his career, Marc Gasol has been referred to as the other Gasol. But last season, you can make that case that he surpassed his brother Powell in terms of impact on the court.
Allen passes to Conley. It's Prince on the wing. Shot is off. And the Bulls going the other way now. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
You know, their percentage from long range that game was off the charts. It seemed like every time the home crowd got going, they just took the wind out of their sails with another three-point barrage.
Yeah, those bombs were really falling.
And Marc Gasol, a little bigger than his older brother Powell, very comfortable at the center position, whereas Powell is a little more of a tweener. They're both obviously so incredibly skilled.
They sure are. I mean, both Gasol's able to play in the high post as passers or jump shooters or down on the low block, and where they can use their array of offensive skill. Pretty impressive to see two players like that coming out of the same family.
Allen kicks to Randall. Shot is off. Boozer with the defensive effort. Bulls have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Rose against Conley. Best passes to Rose, and it's blocked by Conley. Gasol setting the pick for Conley. Off the screen. Uses the glass to drop it in. Conley's got his first 2 points.
Boy, Gasol with a punishing pick that time.
Boozer inside. He's covered by Randolph. Looking at Memphis, they took the win in their last game against the Nets in Brooklyn.
And whether their defense caused it or not in that game, I remember that it was a very cold night for the offense they were facing, Clark.
Yeah, you know, watching that game, it didn't seem like they did anything spectacular defensively. But then you look at the numbers, and obviously they were doing a lot of things right.
The Grizzlies have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
Mike Conley, boy, second in the NBA last season in steals per game, quick feet and quick hands, and a smart defender as well. Make him a pesky guy to deal with at that end of the floor.
Courtney Lee, he's checked in for the Bulls. Now here's Rose. He's got 5. Lee kicks to Butler. Shot clock at 6. It's Prince on the wing. Rebound by the Bulls. And for Conley offensively, he doesn't try, Steve, I think, to do too much.
No, in some ways he reminds you of like a possession quarterback.
Nice comparison.
He's going to be steady, do the little things, and let the game come to him, but very capable of making a big play when necessary.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, I had a chance to talk with head coach of the Grizzlies. He said a big key for them will be containing Carlos Boozer offensively, adding, he's a player who can spread the floor with his jump shot or take you down the block, and it's tough to match his strength inside. Defensively, they'll look to keep length in front of him and limit his offensive rebounding. Sounds like a good game plan, guys. We'll see how they do it.
Thanks again, Doris. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Grizzlies.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
Well, the other thing I like is defensively they're causing turnovers, and that's allowing them to get into transition.
Memphis leading, doubled by Best. Conley with it. Right now averaging 7 points a game. Prince against Butler. Into Zach Randolph. Can't get it to go. Boozer with the defensive effort.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Rose kicks to Lee. Lee off a bit from Best. The drive by Lee. Back to Rose. 6 to shoot. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Rejected by Gasol. Here's Conley. It's Prince on the wing. That's in there. Conley with the assist. And Chicago has possession. They trail by 3. Pass to Best. The dish to Boozer. There's a screen. There's Rose with the 3. But they get it back. Outside Butler. Pass to Rose. Back to Butler. He passes to Rose. Right side Rose. Rose double teamed. Here's Lee outside. And the basket good. Lee's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Let's quickly take a look at the standings out east. The season nearly complete. Taking a look at Miami. Very strong season they've had, always at or near the top of the conference, and right now they're in first place in contention for that, exactly where they want to be as they close in on the postseason. And of course the Chicago Bulls right behind them, just 1 spot down.
Checking out Chicago, they've continued their breakout season. I mean, they've showed tremendous promise thus far, and I'm looking for big things from this team.
Yeah, Clark, as the postseason approaches, there's plenty of optimism, but as you know, the playoffs are a whole different animal. We'll see if they can continue that momentum.
Grizzlies have gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. No good from Best. Memphis trailing here. He dishes it to Randolph. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Boy, he is a strong finisher on the fast break.
Yeah, he sure is. He remains in total control, even at full speed. I love that about him.
And the pass to Best. It's rebounded by Randolph. Randolph's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Conley into the lane. It's Allen on the wing. Back to Conley. Puts the lead pass in front of him. Prince's shot is good.
Here it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, getting the ball into the post should be their first option every time down. Force the defense to adapt and adjust.
Here's Lee, following the score by Tayshaun Prince. And Gasol comes to help. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Memphis. Now here's Allen, looking for his first basket still in this one. Upside Gasol. Misses off the left iron.
I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
Butler dishes to Rose. Boozer is screen on Conley. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That's his first foul. Here's Dang. Can't hit. Good work defensively by Conley. And for Memphis, they're shooting about 42% so far. Best, he's in at center. Lee out there with Jimmy Butler. Then it's Dang. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. And here's what the Chicago Bulls schedule is looking like. They'll be playing host to Miami for the next game. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Allen passes to Franklin. Some nice passing there by Memphis. 5 to shoot. Prince misses.
Well, you have to get a hand in his face because that's his range right there.
Butler goes in. And that one hits back iron. And so here's Memphis. Trailing by 2. They'll be at home for the next game against the Bobcats. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Allen kicks to Franklin. Pass to Conley. And there's the feed to Prince. He's covered by Dang. Allen for the 3. Gets the bucket. And the Grizzlies lead by 1. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, no team able to build a big lead early on. I mean, it's tight.
What do you think, Steve?
Well, both teams still kind of feeling each other out here, and neither team has been able to find an edge in this game.
Now here's Lee. Snell. Good on the 3-point shot.
Great job from behind the arc this quarter. I mean, shooting just under 60% for the game. I mean, that's smoking.
Outside Conley. He feeds it to Davis. And that one's off, and this is his first shot of the game.
You know, they haven't been able to open up a big lead, but the rebounds are starting to add up for them. They may be able to pull away a little bit.
Yeah, they've been doing the dirty work inside, Steve, playing a very tough brand of basketball.
Here's Flash. 9 points last game. Outside Butler. Feeds it to Dang. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot. 24-second violation.
Over the last month, let's take a look at the Grizzlies and how they stacked up in the league statistically. 4th in field goal percentage. 15th in rebounding. And they're in the top half of the league in blocks. That's pretty good. Not too bad.
Now, to me, this game comes down to one thing, and that's creating high percentage shots time and again. And Clark, you talked about that field goal percentage. That's an impressive number. So this is obviously a very well-coached team. They play hard. They play together. And when they're shooting the ball well like they have been, they're tough to beat.
Well, you know, Mike Conley has always been one of the quickest guards in the league, in my opinion, and just a blur in transition. And for his size, a pretty good finisher with both hands inside.
Fires from deep. It's rebounded by Memphis. Conley's got his 3rd rebound on the night. In low to Davis. Out to Conley. There's the 3. The shot is off. And it's Chicago the other way. And Conley has always been quick, Steve, but he's learning how to use, it seems like, different gears to get around defenders.
I agree, Kev. The change of pace, he's gotten so good with his right hand, too, not just off the dribble, but he frequently finishes plays with his right hand in the paint, those little runners. So a lot of skill and to go along with that speed.
Knocked loose. Lee with the steal. Pass to Best. Snell. He's guarded by Davis. Back to Butler. 6 on the shot clock. Snell. Another 3 for Chicago. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle steps for the Bulls.
And they've come out in attack mode defensively. A fine
The Grizzlies trail by 4. Bayless dishes to Miller. Into Zach Randolph. That's in, coming off an assist from Miller. 8 points for Zach Randolph.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
Yeah, it sure has, Clark. I mean, with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, they really haven't had to do much on the perimeter.
Rose passes to Best. Into Noah. The kick out to Rose. Releases. And it's been a while, but he finally gets one to go. Rose has got 11.
They're hovering around 50% for the game in three-pointers. That's pretty good. But they've really elevated here in the second quarter.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, guys, Flash in the last outing against the Pistons did some really solid work on the floor. He had 9 points, but also came away with 5 big rebounds. Not a lot of mistakes made by him in what was an excellent showing of his skill.
All right, Doris, thanks. That really was a spectacular game for him, even by Steve his standards.
Well, those are pretty high standards ordinarily. We'll see how much it carries over. It's not a performance that will be easy to repeat.
But you like to have that in your arsenal and on your resume so you can call on it the next time you get out on the court. So I think it'll serve him better than it won't.
He kicks it to Butler. Outside Rose, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it. Well, some players just get hotter as the season goes on. That's definitely been the case with these point guards since the All-Star break, as you can see in these shooting percentages. Derrick Rose third.
Some remarkable shooters in that group, guys. And you know that when you're seeing those types of numbers at the point guard position, you're talking about some very intelligent, patient players.
Precisely. I mean, when you...
Oh!
Are you kidding me?
That was a power punch right there.
Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
Yeah, I like that. Some coaches might want to see just a sure-handed lay-in, but say put as much as you can on the finish and get your teammates going.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Murphy's checked in, and it's Bogans in for Jimmy Butler. Here's Flash, defended by Koufos. Murphy can't hit.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, they were very lucky defensively because there was some miscommunication there. They left him wide open. And his specialty is tracking down those great offensive rebounds that oftentimes he can put right back up for an easy deuce.
Steve, he is always on the prowl. I mean, you got to body him up early or he'll stake out that prime real estate for those second shot opportunities.
Roten with it. Now guarded by Best. Doubled by Best. Memphis has gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. And Bayless kicks to Koufos. Moves back up. The shot's good from Bayless. Bayless has got 10 points now just in this quarter.
They've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
Well, and that's why they're on this run, guys. They're getting the ball inside and getting really high percentage looks.
And Aminu kicks to Murphy. Rose. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
I think when you look at Derrick Rose, fellas, the most intimidating thing about him is his elite speed. But you also have to consider his size. He's well put together, about 6'3", maybe just a shade over 200 pounds. He is a handful when he's coming at you fast with that strong body and explosiveness.
They get a hand on it.
You know, with the time left, they can trade 2 for 1 here.
If they hurry. Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
Hey, Clark, you mentioned the size of Derrick Rose. 6'3", not just a speedster, but the combination of quickness and power. I've always thought this. He goes in there, and he would be a very tough guy to try to stop when he's got a full head of steam.
Oh, no question.
Wow.
He's coming at you with that burst and the strength. That's why he's so overpowering as a point guard.
What a job he's doing here. I mean, his second quarter has been even better than his first, and that was pretty good.
Roten dishes to Prince. Kicks it to Koufos. Passes it to Roten. And out of bounds is Chicago gains possession.
A temporary lapse of focus from him on that turnover. It's embarrassing, but on occasion it does happen.
Just 4 seconds left to play here in the half. Got it up. No good trying to beat the buzzer. And that'll do it for the first half. Games.
And now, brought to you by Sprint. And it's time. The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. A fantastic game from Derrick Rose in this one.
He is a dynamic scorer, guys. That much we know. And I'll tell you what, his talent was on full display there in the first half.
Steve, he is a hard man to keep down, and so far, they've been unable to do it.
So on the floor for Memphis. Conley and Allen are the guard set. Prince is the 3 and Randolph the 4. And it's Gasol at the pivot, manning the middle. Back to Allen. The dive for the ball. And it's blocked by Dang. Now Butler. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession. It's getting late in the season. Let's see how the standings are out west. Taking a look at Oklahoma City. They are the favorite right now to lock up the #1 seed come playoff time. Sitting in first place right now and not looking like they, are going to be slowing down at all. And of course, Memphis. They're much further down in the standings right now.
When I look at Memphis, they've been a team that hasn't been able to achieve nearly the same level of success they enjoyed last season. They're a different squad this year. Haven't been able to quite put my finger on why that's the case.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody has, Clark. The chemistry just has not been there. The players don't seem to be complimenting each other like they did a season ago. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a shakeup here and if this team didn't make a trade or two.
Butler off a pick from Best, so they take the lead. Butler's got his team on the board first here in the second half for the Bulls.
That's just a case of two teammates working perfectly together, one setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation. And a moment to check out Derrick Rose here. His stats have been pretty good the last few weeks. You can see he's showing up as one of the premier performers in the league. First in scoring, 13th in field goal percentage, and defensively he's been really good. He ranks in the top 20 in the league in steals.
And Steve, we really can't gloss over his ranking as the top scorer in the NBA. I mean, he's the one guy you don't want to see coming out of the opposing locker room. Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding. They are piling up the assists.
Allen passes to Conley. Dishes to Gasol. Just 5 to shoot. He was all alone on that one.
And they get one to go now after missing their first 3 shots. Maybe this will kick them into gear.
Rose kicks to Butler. Back to Rose. Beyond the arc. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Randolph's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Allen dishes to Conley. Doubled by Best. Left side Gasol. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Allen, that's good.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded out physical game.
Yeah, that was your game, Clark. Pound it inside and take the ball right to the defense.
That's what I tried to do, man. I knew my limitations.
Rose passes to Best. To the inside. Yes! And the foul. Michael Conley picks one up.
Guys, they've had a solid start to the second half offensively. Gotten good looks, and they've made 3 out of 4 of them.
The Bulls have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far.
Jimmy Butler was the last pick of the first round back in 2011 by the Bulls. And last season, I tell you what, he really solidified his place in the rotation, guys. He's still developing his outside shot, but he brings an awful lot to light to the table.
Gasol kicks to Prince. Outside Conley. Conley left side. Gasol. And it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Here's what Memphis has lined up on their schedule. They'll be at home for the next game against the Bobcats. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And for Jimmy Butler, what a story. Abandoned as a child, bounced around from home to home. One coach would take him in, another family would take him in. It was a very tough upbringing down in the Houston area. He overcame tremendous odds. And to be where he is today with the great attitude after a short time at Marquette, it speaks volumes of his character.
Well, it sure shows in his play, doesn't it? I mean, just the way he hustles and draws fouls, rebounds, defends. He can guard multiple positions out there. You just love his overall game and his toughness and what he brings to this team.
The Grizzlies trail by 3. The shot's good from Gasol. Gasol's got 6 points.
I'd like to know what his percentage is from that range. I mean, it's got to be sky high.
Dang, guarded by Prince. Dang off the pick from Best. And Dang, here we go. And here's Rose outside.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots just have not dropped for him today.
Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Carlos Boozer. The Grizzlies have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Allen with it. Butler covering. Allen dishes to Conley. Randolph sets a screen for Conley. Picked by Randolph. Conley into the lane. A picture-perfect screen play, and the jumper's good. Conley's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Chicago's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And there's the pass to Best. The kick out to Dang. Pocket 6. 18 feet away, and he knocks it down. Dang's got 7 points. And Clark, a great competitive game so far.
Yeah, tit for tat. I mean, back and forth, plenty of lead changes, and excellent play.
These two teams, guys, look so evenly matched to me. I think this could go right down to the wire.
And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for Chicago.
Boy, defensively, they've played with a high energy level, guys, and all the steals we've seen, really a result of that aggressiveness.
Yeah, I think you also have to give them a lot of credit for how well they've risen up to meet shooters, to challenge shots in this game. A lot of blocked shots tonight.
Prince outside, doubled by Best. Takes a 3. Prince's shot is good. 7 points in the game. The Bulls have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. They set the screen. Butler kicks to Rose. Back to Butler. The dish to Rose. Stolen by Michael Conley. Noah against Prince. Pass to Allen. He dishes it to Randolph. Prince kicks to Conley. Left side Randolph. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That is good. Randolph's got 10 points in the game.
It was almost like he was surprised to be that wide open, yet he knocked it down.
And out of bounds is Memphis gains possession. Well, so much great defense has come from the shooting guard position over the years. And here's a rundown of the players wreaking havoc at that spot this year. You look at Butler, one of the league's best, 3rd in steals.
Well, this is a very intense group. Those steals haven't come by accident. They've gotten them through the effort they're willing to expend on that aspect of the game.
Right on. I mean, they're lockdown defenders, all of them. As gritty a group of guys as you can have on the perimeter.
Rose passes to Best. Back to Rose. Tries to keep it alive. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession. Ed Davis is checked in for Mike Miller. On the clock. There's Lee with the 3. Count the bucket. Lee's got 6 points.
Nice play there on that inbounds play, and it paid off with the 3.
And Bayless kicks to Davis. There's the feed to Bayless. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
You know, he's kind of a slippery defender. I think that's the best way to describe him. He's a guy who has a knack to stay in front of the ball handler. He avoids picks. And it's not just strength. It's sort of savvy and guile. He just finds a way to get it done.
And also, he's absolutely able to do some incredible things in the air. I mean, he can look like a gymnast sometimes, twisting his body, double clutching his shot. But he maintains a smooth approach to it all.
Best passes to Muhammad. The shot's good from Best. Flash has got his second basket of the night.
And their solid play in the paint continues, guys.
Well, that's been the focus, Clark, as we've watched. I mean, they've created one chance after another inside.
Allen drives in. Davis with it. Now guarded by Muhammad. Bayless dishes to Allen. Allen off a pick from Koufos. The 17-footer. Second chance shot, and they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
And that call gets an instant reaction from the fans.
Well, that's a whistle that did not go over very well.
Tayshaun Prince is checked in for Kosta Koufos. And it's Rose penetrating, and he drops it in from the low post. Rose has got 4 points this quarter.
They're shooting it quite well now. Again, function of shot selection, ball movement. Guys are in rhythm, confident, free-flowing, and they're knocking down their shot.
What was the defense doing there? I mean, he is not the guy to give an open look to, and yet they got away with it.
Snell. And no good, and a chance to take the lead. Here is Bayless. He's got 16. Martin with it. Now defended by Muhammad. Prince kicks to Allen. Back to Prince. He passes to Bayless. And another miss by Memphis. Bulls have gotten 8 of their 11 shots to drop since the break. A great third quarter for them offensively. Back to Rose. Lee outside. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Stolen by Martin. Allen passes to Prince. Leads him in there. Here's Bayless. It's rebounded by Best. Flash has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Snell. And again, Chicago. No good. It's Prince on the wing. He has 7. He feeds it to Bayless. Allen right side. Shoots a 3. And Lee pulls it down.
Courtney Lee out of Western Kentucky. You know, last season a mid-level signee by the Celtics. Competes at the defensive end. Offensively, he's a good shooter with his feet set from long range. And really kind of likes the corner pocket three-pointer.
Bayless dishes to Martin. Allen, a screen on Muhammad. Martin kicks to Bayless. Feeds to Davis. Kicks it out to Prince. To end the drought. And he drops that one in. Prince has got 5 points now this quarter. And for Courtney Lee, probably his best shots. Here's that three-pointer.
Yeah, I think so. You know, he's a guy who can get out and transition and finish at the rim, but he's got a career three-point average of about 38%. So look for him to be even more aggressive firing away out there.
Some changes for Memphis. Marc Gasol is checked in for Davis. And it's Conley in for Jared Bayless. Memphis has gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Prince kicks to Martin. The baseline jumper goes down. And now a 4-point Grizzly lead. 36 seconds left to play in the third. Rose passes to Best. He's up against Gasol. Here's Boozer. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. They get Kenyon Martin. The Bulls have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight. Boozer hits them both. .24 seconds left to play in the third. Doubled by Best. Martin with it. Boozer picks him up. Back to Allen. Conley against Rose. Martin dishes to Conley. 6 on the shot clock. The shot from the low post is good. Conley's got 4 points in the quarter. The third quarter comes to a close. Grizzlies
Come to where the action is. See your Bulls up close and personal.
We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Memphis.
They've been the aggressors, and they've been tougher in the paint all game.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnover.
Dang and Boozer, they make up the four. D. Rose and Jimmy Butler, the back, and it's Best in at the 5 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Conley with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Gasol on the high post. Ball stolen. Now here's Rose, the fast break opportunity. And he jams it with authority.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatic.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
I'm with you, Kevin. You can't fault him for that. I mean, just let him go. Who cares?
There it is, guys. That Olay defense. Just watching him go, Clark, right by.
I think we might be seeing which team is ready to take control of this game.
Yeah, that's a dunk that could absolutely get them going. I agree, Clark.
Here's Butler. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top, but instead he'll shoot free throws. It's going to be on Zach Randolph.
Well, he stopped the dunk there. That was about the only play he could make.
Well, you don't like the foul, but you don't like to give up an easy dunk either.
And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
The Bulls shooting 47%, pretty solid. Dang off the pick from Best. Dang attacking. Pass to Best. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Check out the game for Flash. He has 9 points, and all the steals he's collected only add to his impressive stat line.
Yeah, whether he's picking someone's pocket or picking off a pass, he has been causing some mayhem out there for sure.
Not an A-plus trip to the line, but he did get them the lead.
Allen against Dang. Conley kicks to Allen. Just 5 on the clock. And it's Conley penetrating, and that one's good. Boy, right down to the wire here, Clark and Steve. Still anyone's ball game.
Both teams really invested now. I mean, this is the type of game you love to win, and you'd hate to lose it.
Boy, after all this energy that both teams have expended, yeah, you're right, Clark. This would be a tough one to lose.
That free throw missing. And he's good on the second.
That miss at the line might stick in his craw for a while. Always hurts to miss a chance to take the lead.
He kicks to Allen. Bubbled by Best. Allen with it. Butler covering. Into Marc Gasol. And the layup's good off the glass. Gasol's got 4 points in the quarter.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
Boozer passes to Rose. Passes it to Best. Shoots from 8. Here's Boozer. Zach Randolph with the rebound. Randolph's got 11 rebounds in the game. And it's Conley penetrating. Outside Gasol. It's Allen on the wing. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
And that call gets an instant reaction from the fans.
Well, that's a whistle that did not go over very well.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, guys, Tom Thibodeau had some advice for his team in that last timeout. They've been getting torched with all these shots from long range, and he simply said, we can't lose track of their shooters, guys. We're over-helping inside, and it's leaving them wide open. Can they make the adjustment, guys?
For Memphis, they've gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. Conley kicks to Prince, dishes it to Gasol, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Gasol's got 10 points here in the second half.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint. I guess the good news is they've taken away the outside shot.
Well, you know what? It doesn't matter how good their perimeter defense is if they're going to allow inside looks as easy as that.
And here is Dang. Here's the floater. It's rebounded by Randolph. Randolph's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Prince misses. Bulls trail by 3. Right side Rose. Butler dishes to Boozer. There's the pass to Best. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Allen left side. Hit his foot. And the refs whistling a kick ball. Kicks it to Conley. Outside Randolph. 5 on the clock. Conley sets a screen for Randolph. Memphis needs to get off a shot here.
Strong defense there. That's exactly what you're looking for when you double team a guy on the perimeter. Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
And it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
Just got a little careless on that pass. They should be able to connect on those.
Kenyon Martin, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Rose kicks to Butler. Back to Rose. The dish now to Butler. Pass to Dang. Left side, Dang. Trains it from 9 feet away. And the Bulls lead by 1. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
You know, quite honestly, Kevin and Steve, I mean, this game, as close as it's been, you really hate to see it come to an end.
I agree.
Well, then let's root for overtime. Why not?
Allen kicks to Conley. He dishes it to Gasol. Misses from close range. For Chicago, they've gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Butler kicks to Rose. The high post shot off the left rim and out.
He thought he could knock that one down, but the defense was really all over him.
Conley with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Pulls it up. Rejected by Best. Allen against Rose. To the middle. Dang. Back to Rose. He passes to Best. The kick out to Rose.
Well, you think about it, Tony Allen, when you talk about his game, he may not be a marquee star in the NBA, but his arrival in Memphis has coincided with the team really developing an identity of physicality and toughness, not to mention with them becoming a factor in the West as well.
The Grizzlies trail by 3. Rose passes to Best. And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession. Here's Allen. And Clark, you mentioned Tony Allen flying under the radar a bit offensively. You know, he can be erratic. In fact, back in Boston, I think they called him, and Steve helped me with this, they called him Trick or Treat Tony, because you weren't certain just what you were going to get from him from game to game.
That's right. One of the great nicknames I've ever heard. But you know, I think when you ask people around the league, they're really valuing what Allen brings to the table.
Boozer, covered by Martin. And Boozer backs in and out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession.
This is such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
For Memphis, they've gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. Rose with the double team. Gasol dishes to Prince. Allen kicks to Conley. With the floater, and that one's good. And the Grizzlies lead by 2.
You know, nobody responds to end-of-game pressure like this guy. That's what comes to mind immediately for me. He's hit some monumental shots in his career, and some guys just embrace the moment at the end of the game. That's him.
Also, guys, so often we see him playing possum at the defensive end. And then all of a sudden, he springs into action, picks off a pass, and ignites the fast break. Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Well, their energy is lacking. They've got to start playing harder and battle down in the paint.
Look from Gasol. It's the rebound. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
What a game we've seen here for Martin. 9 points and a block.
You know, he's been so good at both ends of the floor, guys, but what's impressed me the most is his offensive performance.
I don't know, Steve. I think the work he's done defensively has been pretty impressive, too. Guys, Kenyon Martin was signed by the Knicks towards the end of last season as they dealt with the litany of injuries, and he really delivered. I mean, he's 35 years old, microfracture surgery on both knees, but he's still got some bounce in those legs, and we know he's got plenty of intensity.
The Grizzlies have gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. Getting some solid looks for them. Back to Allen. Memphis moving it around. Conley kicks to Gasol. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. And you look at Kenyon Martin. Not the biggest frame inside, 6'9", about 240, but he is still a difference maker on the defensive end.
Yeah, he is. Shot blocker, tough defender, never backs down, and always has done a good job finishing in the lane. Remember, he was the #1 overall draft pick back in 2000.
The Grizzlies have gotten exactly 2/3 of their shots to find the bottom of the net here in the fourth, 8 of 12. Allen outside. Doubled by Best. Allen passes to Martin. Prince outside. The feed to Gasol. Nice D from Best. Chicago trailing here. Rose kicks to Dang. Butler on the wing. Here's Best. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Boy, you have to like how he's challenging the defense now in the second half. Getting to the line for a lot of free throw opportunities.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. Randolph has checked in. He's off on the second. Prince kicks to Conley. He feeds it to Gasol. Working on Rose. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession.
Super defensive play. I mean, if that pass gets through, it's probably 2 points.
And he knew that. He knew if it gets through, it's a score. So that's why he sold out for it and got a hand on it.
Gasol kicks to Allen. Shot clock at 5. Conley. It's rebounded by Best. And Chicago shooting about 47% here in the fourth. Dang goes in. Flash. Outside Butler. Rose dishes to Butler. Feeds to Dang. Pass to Best. Butler kicks to Rose to take the lead. And right on target. Good. Rose has got 6 points in the quarter. And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Yeah, and actually still too close to call. I mean, this one is tight.
This could be an instant classic, fellas. I mean, this thing has all the looks of a game that's going to go right down to the last shot.
Conley, the pass to Gasol. That's good. Gasol's got 19 points.
It makes it so easy for your teammate when you can lead him with a pass like that one.
Rose kicks to Butler. Passes to Best. Dishes it to Boozer. Takes the lead pass. No good from Best. Memphis leading. The drive by Allen. He kicks it to Randolph. Outside Conley. Back to Randolph. Rejected by Best. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Here's Allen. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Grizzlies lead by 3.
Just another outstanding play down low. These teams couldn't be farther apart in their effectiveness in the paint today.
Yeah, that's right. It's been all good at one end, and we'll try to be diplomatic here and just say not so good at the other.
Back to Rose. Rose off the pick from Best. Rose goes in. 14 feet away. It's good! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
Boy, right now it's really tough to stop Rose.
The Grizzlies shooting at 51%. Really solid. Randolph a screen on Rose. Hit his leg. And the ref saying he kicked it. And out of bounds is Chicago gains possession.
Got sloppy in a close game. You have to take advantage of every opportunity.
The Bulls shooting 47%, pretty solid. Butler kicks to Rose. Now the pass to Best. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
And that's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yep, you got to extend the game here. Try to keep that clock from moving.
And they go to the intentional foul. And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. No luck that time either. Kicks to Rose. No good.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
So a close game sees Memphis take this one. It was tight, but they managed to come up with the win.
You know, nobody wants to lose a close game, Kevin. It's much better to win those tight ones.
And that'll wrap it up for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in.
You did everything you could to keep your team in the game, but it wasn't enough. What are you able to take from a good performance like that, knowing that it came in a loss?
Hey man, I did my share. If my teammates can't keep up their end of the bargain, there's not much I can do about that. As long as my stats are looking good at that final buzzer, then as far as I'm concerned, it's a job well done. I'll just do it again next time out, and we'll see if my supporting cast can do enough to put us over the top. You feel me?